There was once someone said like, hey, you exercise so much, you're still so fat.
How dare you?
So sad.
What a punch, fella.
Hi, say so.
Hey, Azura.
And I'm Germaine.
And welcome back to another episode of Clarity's
Podcast.
Today, here in the studio with us, we have a very good friend of mine, and this is the first time ever at Hush Podcast. In fact, any podcast. Woo! Let's give a warm welcome to Tay Ying.
Hi everyone, I'm Tay Ying. It's been an honor.
Oh,
Hey, just now she
say
told me,
that.
right, that
Yeah.
Hush Podcast is on her bucket list.
It is. It really
that?
is. Because I've never been on a podcast and I'm like, all for like being strong and feminine. So
Yeah, she has a series called Strong Yet Feminine on the
Yeah.
Instagram, so please check it out. But tell us more about yourself. What have you been up to?
Okay, right now we are promoting our new show, 巨无霸, the blockbuster. So it's basically about a plus size dance group. So quite an exciting project for me. And now I'm embarking on another project called 活出好命来. Yeah, that's the title. And we're starting soon.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So I know that for the blockbusters, he actually purposely put on a lot of weight. And it's
Yeah.
insane, like, so one time I saw her, she was this size. The other time I saw her, she was like, expanded.
How much weight did you put on for that series?
I think it was about 10
Wow.
In a
kg.
span of like
10
1.5 months?
2 months.
Wow.
2 months.
So I did wish I had more time because I felt that I didn't gain enough.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it's meant to be like a plus size dance group, right? So I didn't feel like I really lived up to the plus size name. So that was a little regret on my end.
What did you do to put on 10 kilograms of weight?
So I increased to 4 meals a day. And then because I couldn't gain enough like fats in time, so I used muscles as well. So I went to the gym. Shout out to Fit Look. So yeah, just to make myself look a bit bulkier.
Wow. And having a chef as a boyfriend helped as well, right? I'm sure he fed you all the things you need to.
Yeah, that was the most he ever cooked for me. Because he will cook supper for me, and usually we just like take away or we go out and eat. But yeah, this time around he did feed me a bit.
Then in this process, did he gain weight together with you?
He said yes.
Oh, really? I think it happens.
You eat, he eat.
Yeah. But that's a pretty, extreme thing to do, I think, for your job, right? To gain 10 kilograms. And now that it's over, have you lost the 10 kilograms or are you not planning to, do that?
Okay,
Because
so
you look the same as, when I saw you like a year ago. So I don't really know if
are
what's
you
going
sure?
on here.
There's a reason why there's a pillow here. So after I wrapped, I did go back to doing cardio because I didn't do cardio for like 5 months other than the dancing part. And then I cut down my meals to 2 meals a day. So I did intermittent fasting. I mean, I'm still doing it now. Honestly, I haven't weighed myself because I don't see a need. As long as I feel healthy, I think that's all that matters. Because I don't want to let a number define me,
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Yeah, so when I went for like the press conference, they asked me, so like, how heavy are you now? Then I told them, I have no idea. I haven't weighed in like, don't know how many months,
Yeah, and I think while we have, our own preference of how we want to look like, I think we've also gotten to a stage in our lives where healthy more important lah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I look at Jenny and the views that she put up. Sometimes she has a bit of like a belly.
Huh?
I think she naturally has baby fats, right?
Yeah. Like it's a very natural thing. It's not like bulging out or anything, but just seeing that on her makes me think like, hey, actually it's okay.
Yeah.
And in some of her Calvin Klein shoots, right, she actually, she would sit down such that her rolls would form. And those photos will be used for the
love
actual
that.
campaign. And I love that. So who's to say you are fat or you're skinny? As long as you're healthy and you're happy in your own skin, I think that's most important.
I have a question, right? Because I feel like this is why I could never be an actress. Like if they ask me to put on weight for a role, right, I may not be strong enough to deal with how I would look if I had to gain that much weight. Were you prepared for that?
Okay, I think because I'm doing it for a purpose, right? I'm doing it for a drama. So I did see a difference in my appearance. And also there were some not very nice people commenting that, you have gained weight, you look like 粽子, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I got those comments. And my clothes started to not fit. So I was like, okay, now we have another problem. Do I buy new clothes or what do I do now? Yeah, but appearance-wise, I think I was like more of like, I did it, I actually did it.
Yeah, okay.
Rather
'Cause that
than
was your
like,
goal, right?
So I wasn't exactly affected because I knew I was working towards like, changing my whole entire appearance literally.
I think this is something that we've spoken about before, but not at length. And we're very happy to have Tay Ying here to speak about that with because it's very pertinent. weight, right? Our weight, our size, our looks. Have you ever heard of this term called pretty privilege?
I have.
Yeah.
But there's also this Chinese saying, it translates, there's no such thing as an ugly woman, only a lazy woman.
Do you all agree that there's no such thing as an ugly woman, just a lazy woman who, I'm assuming what you mean is don't put enough
in
effort into
Yeah.
their looks?
Of course I do. Have you seen those Douyin videos where this Chinese woman looks like this
Yes.
before
Oh
she puts her makeup and like Angela Baby after she puts her makeup? It's
Exactly.
insane.
And then
But
they have
then,
like
like-
prosthetic nose and
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
true,
Yeah,
true,
it's
true.
Picked up
crazy.
everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of effort goes into that. And she becomes pretty.
But then again, right, who's to say she was ugly before she did that? And that she had to do that every day.
Right.
It's beauty standards. But I believe in pretty privilege. And pretty can mean different things to everyone in
Yeah.
different cultures. But it's like if you present yourself well, you hold yourself with confidence, you look nice, pleasant, you tend to, I guess, receive a bit more kindness from the world.
Actually, I beg to differ. I think pretty privilege is more of a first impression kind of thing.
Okay.
If you look
okay.
good, you look sexy, you look hot, naturally you have a bit more advantage in life. Like,
I
for
agree.
example, there were 2 different occasions where I went to buy cai fan.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
The first one, pajamas, no makeup on, hair
Alright.
in a mess. Go and buy cai fan. This amount of money, I get this amount of food, right? The other time I went, full on makeup. I was in a very nice dress. After hosting an event, I went down to get
Cheaper.
cai
Same
fan.
shop ah?
Same shop.
Okay.
加料.
Cheaper, more ingredients.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding.
Was it uncle or auntie running the store?
It was a guy in his 30s, 20s, 30s.
I
You never
see.
check your Thai fan got his handphone number inside.
Don't have.
I think everyone likes nice things or likes to look at things that looks nice.
Yeah.
And where it gets a little bit more severe, I would think, is that I think pretty privilege, like in the sense where you have more opportunities or you have more doors opening for you because you're
You look
pretty
good.
lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you get hired for a job over someone else
Yeah.
because of your good looks.
Yeah.
But then again, it also depends on the industry. Like, for example, actors, right? Not everybody has to be the pretty kind. Otherwise, there won't be enough like roles to play, commoners and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Have you experienced pretty privilege? Because you are very pretty. If no one
thank
ever
you.
told you before.
Your
I'm
skin
sure
is
she
very
gets it
good.
on daily.
yeah.
I guess, but maybe I take that for granted. So that's why I don't remember.
Wait, so before you gain weight and after you gain weight, for example, do you notice a difference in the way people treat you?
Definitely the comments are nastier. But in terms of the people around me, I think because they're all aware that I'm doing this for a role. So it was more like a respect more than like seeing me as, ugly or anything.
What if you decide not to lose the weight that you gained?
Do you think someone will say something like, oh, you don't want to go back to what you used to look like?
Confirm because you're actress.
No, everyone has, actually many people have asked me that question like, oh, so now that you have rep, are you going to lose weight as fast as you can? So
Actually, why
the
must?
keyword is as fast as you can. To me, it's like, why do I need to put that kind of pressure on myself? You know, I don't think I'm ugly. I'm healthy. In fact, I gain rather healthy weight because I still exercise, right? So that's why I did that post like few months ago after I rep, like saying that I want to take my time to lose weight
Right.
because,
Yeah.
I want to prioritize my mental health. Because at the end of the day, it's my journey, you know, and I'm very lucky because I have a very supportive like support system. So I feel rather secure, I guess. But of course, the whole losing weight part is just for me to feel better, like my stamina and everything. Because it really took a toll on my stamina, the weight that I put on.
Right, naturally,
Yeah.
right?
And do you feel more tired, more
Yes,
lazy
I do,
on a daily basis?
I actually do. And then also like, so when we go for events, right? And then, we get clothes from clients and stuff. I'm no longer sample size. So a lot of things don't fit. If let's say if it's a paid campaign or anything. So to me, that is kind of like an issue because it does affect my work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more of these things that I think of, not because of like appearance wise.
I like it that you take it in stride and that her priorities are where they should lie.
Correct.
And it really, I don't know, inspires me to like not, think so much about that. I think one of my biggest
stress,
fears
right?
is like being pregnant and after giving birth,
Exactly.
everyone's like, oh, like, when are you going to lose weight? Like, how much
Yeah,
weight do you
yeah,
lose?
yeah.
Like, they always
Put that
celebrate.
pressure.
Yeah, they celebrate the mothers on IG
Yes.
who like after giving birth, like after a month, they're like
Yeah.
stick thin. I'm like, where did your baby weight go?
But sometimes it's genetic,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's like, don't put that kind of pressure on yourself. because it's not healthy.
This reminds me of this K-pop drama I watched some years ago. It's called Weightlifting Fairy Kim Bok-joo. So the female lead, she actually gained weight for that role in the show. And I haven't seen her prior to that show.
Okay.
In that show, I thought, hey, she looks cute. She looks like, a
Yeah.
bit of like chubbiness on her cheeks. Very cute. But right after that show, she turned into someone like I could not recognize. She turned into like the very slim, slender female model that
Yeah.
everybody prior to that show knew her as. In the span of 1 month? I don't know how she did that, but the environment that she was put in must have pressurized her into doing that in the
Yeah.
shortest possible time.
I think the problem is that these people do it for a living, right? They have all the help that they need. They have all the resources that they need. But the problem is that when it's being portrayed that way, it's the run-of-the-mill woman that feel less because they can't be that or they can't lose weight that quick. Recently, right, I saw this video of someone I know, like normal person, and then she had just given birth. So she made this video of herself a month after she gave birth where she still had the weight. And then at the end of it was her like 3 or 4 months after she had given birth and she was completely back to normal size, like stick thin. And I mean, I know you're proud of yourself because you did all the work.
You worked hard for it.
Right,
yeah.
you work hard for it. But I just felt like, why is this the standard?
All I can say is that I agree with this person on Reddit. She says
Okay.
being pretty is a time-consuming skill.
Right.
Which kind of like what you said. If you're lazy,
Right.
it's hard to get there because you spend a lot of time on yourself, working out, eating well, right, doing makeup, doing your hair, doing your nails, doing your God knows what you do to yourself. And this person says that I'm pretty privileged enough in the sense that when I do my makeup and I have full glam, I actually get better treatment, right? When I don't wear makeup, it's like I'm invisible to the world. I can't even get the waiter to come and take my order. And she feels like being pretty is such a time-consuming skill, or maybe the problem is being a female.
Okay.
Because like as a female, why makeup, no makeup makes a difference.
Yeah.
But as a guy, makeup, no makeup doesn't make a difference.
But as a guy, good body, bad body makes a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
not really though.
I beg to
It
differ.
does
Not
actually.
really though.
Yeah, or maybe the way they dress as well.
I think
Yeah.
it's the way you carry yourself.
The way you carry
Yeah.
yourself.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say, don't talk about the way they carry themselves, right? Just good body and not so great body.
Okay, normal. Not so great body.
Not so great body.
Right.
Do you think they actually get different treatments?
No, I don't think for guys it's about the way you look. I think for guys it's about how you present yourself and your status. You could be really, really rich and really fucking ugly and you would still be treated well.
I want to add on to that, right? Let's say it was a woman who is very rich and successful and fucking ugly. How?
What do you mean how? What's the
Because-
question?
So we were saying that if it was a man who, because their status matters, right?
Yes.
So if he's fucking rich and successful but damn bloody ugly, he would still get the respect.
Yes.
And you would still be celebrated. But if it was a woman, would your looks still be of concern?
yes, status is not enough for a woman. I truly believe that.
Oh, yeah. I
Historically,
think so.
women have put in so much more effort into our looks. And it's become like the baseline is so high these days.
Right.
But men historically, don't need to put in as much effort. Though a lot of men do these days, and I think that's a great thing. But for men, it's more about status than
Okay.
anything.
Then let's talk
Okay.
about double standards.
Sure.
Like, why these double standards? Why is it that a woman, we have to look good when a man can look ugly? Go to buy food in like slippers, stuff like that. I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair.
You know?
Yeah. I think it's just a stereotype that society has already,
Decided on.
decided on from a long time ago.
Okay, what if today, right, you go out to Orchard Road and on the streets you see this very handsome guy, good body and stuff,
Okay.
with a girlfriend, a partner who's big, fat, chubby. What would you think, honestly?
He
I would
happy
think-
can already, yeah.
Yeah, lor.
I would,
Especially in this day and age, I think diversity.
Yes.
I would think they're siblings.
You would not think they're in a romantic relationship.
Oh, are they kissing?
No, like just walking down Orchard Road.
Yeah. hands.
Holding hands, then yeah lah. But
Okay.
if they were not holding hands, my first instinct would be, colleagues, friends, or siblings.
But why?
Just because
You don't think a man like that would pick
that
a woman like that?
stereotype is less likely.
But what if a slim woman is with a plus size man?
Oh, that stereotype is everywhere. I would not even flinch.
Would people think, okay, this man is probably very rich. he probably has it all.
Perhaps.
They
Right?
could be siblings.
For all we know, yes, they could be siblings.
It's very unfair, don't you think so? You know,
Yeah.
there's just the more we talk about it, right? There are like more
Yeah.
problems appearing.
Yeah,
I think we should be like
exactly.
birds.
What do you mean?
I think we should
Come
be like
again.
birds.
Yeah.
Birds?
Come again.
Birds, you know, birds where the males are usually the better looking bird because they need to like get the female attention.
I never knew that.
I never knew that.
National
Really?
Geographic.
like peacocks, for example. You know, the one with the feathers are the
okay.
males. Because they need to court the woman, so they need to look nicer. I think we should like birds.
Interesting. But I think it gets problematic in situations, and I think our PD brought this up, is that in situations of like sexual harassment, where, for example, a woman is plus sized or not considered conventionally pretty, most times their stories are not as trusted or credible.
This I agree.
That's insane.
Yeah. No, it's literally insane. Like, how can that be?
In the blockbusters, we had a case similar to this. Yeah. So basically, a plus size girl, I wouldn't say who, she got sexually harassed and nobody believed her. Only I believed her because I was her friend. Yeah.
Does this actually happen in real life?
It actually
Yeah,
happened.
I
And
think
apparently it's
so.
based on a true story as well. Yeah. So what happened in the show is that the girl, she herself didn't feel confident to tell the truth because she just assumed that, you know,
No one would
everyone
believe
wouldn't
her.
be, no one would believe her. But after her friends' encouragement, she decided to, you know, report to the police and stuff. Yeah. So I think some girls, they feel like, they just assume that they're not gonna get like the justice that they need, you know.
That's so sad. Like, I
It's
think
sad.
that's-
It's sad. I
yeah.
think being molested, being sexually harassed, that act itself is already wrong regardless.
Absolutely.
You know.
Yeah. So don't be afraid to speak up and
Yeah.
get friends who support you. If there are friends who tell you, I don't think you should, cut them off.
Yep.
Okay? They are not your friends.
That's so insane because how can credibility be tied to what you look like?
But it is. It is. Our society, unfortunately, is quite superficial.
Yeah.
In the sense that looks are tied to a lot of things. Like, for example, there's this K-pop idol. Her name is Yeon. She's from Twice. She went through a lot of struggles with her mental health in the last few years. I don't know if she was on antidepressants, but a lot of antidepressants actually make you gain weight. So I don't know if it was linked to her mental health that she had gained some weight over the years. This is a fact, right? I'm not saying like, she's fat. She gained weight. And she actually took a step back from Twice and took a step back from promoting because she wasn't feeling well. And even when she came back, she was obviously like larger than the other girls, right? And there are two camps of fans, right? One camp, they're very supportive of her and they're like, Jonghyun looks great. Like, please put her in the center. Please give her more lines. There's another camp of fans that are like, why is such a fat girl promoting as a K-pop idol?
Oh, you're not living up to the standards of being a K-pop idol.
Okay.
This is the same case as with 2NE1's Park Bom.
Yes. I was just about to say.
I think it's the same situation. Mental health, started taking some pills and as a result gained weight. And I remember there was one performance before their comeback, like their official comeback this time. She was on this stage where there was like a flight of stairs. And a lot of comments were saying that, oh my God, I'm so afraid like the stairs would break. Stuff
So
like that.
mean.
Is she okay? I guess these are the kind of comments that sometimes maybe you think but you don't say lah because you don't want to end up hurting someone, right?
Right.
But we really never know what's going through in these celebrities' lives.
But don't you think we've gone so far with like our idea of what someone on TV or someone who's a celebrity is supposed to look like that we forget that aren't they singers? Aren't they supposed to sing and make music?
Yeah, and if anything,
You
they're
know?
supposed to enjoy their job because they're an entertainer.
And they're human. I think health more than anything is important,
course, of
right?
course.
It doesn't matter what size you are, but are you healthy, right?
Yep.
I have a very close friend who really, like, I know body positivity is the thing,
Yeah.
but he really dislikes Lizzo for the fact that she promotes being obese as being attractive.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So that's his take on it.
Because it's unhealthy.
He feels like you should be promoting being healthy.
That
Yes,
it
I
might
agree.
give someone out there the wrong idea that
Yeah.
if I'm obese, it's no longer about my looks, but if I'm unhealthy, that's okay.
Have you heard of this movie called 热辣滚烫?
Yes, I love that show.
It's a Chinese movie produced and directed by this person called Jia Ling. She's a very famous female actress who is known for
sorry.
being...
I know the English name. What's the English name?
Uh,
I don't know the Chinese name.
YOLO.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course. The
yes, that's the one. So
Oh my
she
God.
was what? 100 kilograms.
Yeah.
And in the span of 1 year, she dropped like almost half a weight to like
Wow.
56 kilograms. And the process of her losing weight was documented. She was given 12 months to do so. And it was not an easy feat to drop all the way to 56. But you know what? To me, I feel like that movie serves as such a huge motivation to plus size people out there who want to lose weight for their own good, for their own health.
You know, I've got a friend who I've known her since I was a child. And she has always been around the same size, which is, I mean,
Cute like that.
cute. What? Maybe, you know, people would consider as plus size, whatever it is. But she is so fit, I'm telling you. She exercises a lot. And she can honestly out-exercise any of us.
Wow.
She is healthy and fit. But people don't see that. And there was once someone said like, hey, you exercise so much, you're still so fat.
How dare you?
So sad.
What a bunch of fella. It's so crazy, right? That like, so you look past that she's actually like fit and healthy and you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes people don't think before they talk. Can I
They
just say?
don't.
I think that
Or
it's so
sometimes
true.
you feel like the things they say are funny, but it's actually
Perhaps.
No,
not.
it's not funny.
I think weight is something that like, I mean, I wouldn't say like I've never had an eating disorder or anything like that, but I definitely struggled a lot with it when I was a teenager. Like I just felt like I was bigger than I should be, which is ridiculous because as a teenager, you are literally like, there's nothing else to lose, right?
Yeah.
You are building your body up for your adult life. And I remember I would see these ads on Instagram when it first came up. Like this like bikini model was selling a booty like boot camp, right? So
Okay.
it's like
Boot
a
camp.
fitness program, right? Where they give you like workouts, diet plan. It was $200. I spent all my savings at 14 years old buying that stupid boot camp, which I never used. I'm pretty sure I still have it somewhere in my computer. They send you a document of like diet and things like that. Like at 14 years old, like, hello? What was I thinking, you know?
Because some model looked really nice, thick, thin, and you think that's what you should look like.
But what we can understand that. But Tay, as a public figure, as an actress, a model, a celebrity, have you tried changing your habits or your diets before?
I guess only for the show, I did change my diet. Firstly, I mean, I increased and then now I decreased, right? So I think this year has been a year like for me to form healthy habits. Yeah, I think that's very important because I always took that for granted. I always thought like, oh, you know what? I have like a high metabolism, which I do. You know, thankfully I do. So it's definitely easier for me to lose weight compared to other people. And I love to exercise. So I do take all these things for granted until I did this project. And then I realized that, oh, you know, actually maybe I need to start forming healthy habits. You know, yeah.
And I see that Ting has started on 500 skips a day kind of program.
I skipped
That's insane,
I skipped yesterday, you know.
Oh, you
I need to
skipped
do
the
it later.
skipping yesterday.
Yeah, I skipped this. I need to do it today.
1,000 today.
No lah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but to be fair, I do other sports as well. Like today before coming here, I played paddle.
Oh.
So, you know, at least I did something. And I felt good, honestly, because, you know, when you exercise, right, and you sweat, you know, there's this extra adrenaline and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, it's such a good role model.
No. I'm really trying to navigate my own life as well. Really.
So I just want to know, your parents are also celebrities as well. Have they
Yeah.
once asked you to, you know, step up on the weight loss, try to get back to your previous size as soon as possible?
I think my dad.
Wow, coming from Keping Taka.
Yeah, because, you know, my dad is like a fitness junkie, right?
Yep.
But I think he also understands that, you know, the female body works differently from a male body.
Oh, absolutely.
So, like, he just reminds me from time to time, like, hey, you know, you rep ready, right? Yeah. Time to hit the gym.
And how would you feel about that?
Actually, I'm fine. It's just like a friendly reminder. He doesn't do it in a very condescendingly, you know.
Oh, if my mom said that to me, I'll be like,
I will start a fight.
yeah, I'll be like,
Mid-rage, I'll be like, don't tell me what to do.
yeah, like,
You
this
go
is
to
my
the
body.
gym first. No, I'm just kidding. I love my mom. I'm just kidding. But I think different cultures have different beauty standards. And I mean, here we're all media practitioners in Singapore. But I find that, you know, when I travel everywhere, right? Like they really, you know, the whole like size thing, right, is completely different. Like when we go to America, we are like tiny. Not even skinny, we are tiny because we're just so small.
Yeah.
Okay, funny story. I just came back from Yunnan, China, right? And when I visited Lijiang, a very beautiful place there, the tour guide had told me that in Lijiang, their standards of beauty are very different from the rest of the world.
Okay.
The people there, females, they are called 胖精妹. Pang as in fat, 精 as in gold, and 妹 as in 妹妹的妹. And the males there are called 胖精哥. So people there, as you can tell from the name, the fatter you are, the darker you are, the more well-loved you are.
Oh,
That's insane. And when I found out about it, I was like, what is going on?
That's
and the tour guide said,
interesting.
yeah, if you are a fat woman, the chances of you getting married are way higher than someone who's slim. And traditionally, when females get married to males, they actually use cows to calculate how worthy you are. For example, the fatter you are, the darker you are worth more cows.
Cows?
Cows, like
moo?
moo, like the actual cows.
Did
But
you
if you
ask
are-
them how many cows you
Your
are
word.
worth?
Probably 3. Not dark enough, not fat enough. Yeah, they're actually called 胖精妹. I
so
was
cool.
so blown away. But once again, it grounds me and sort of reminds me that beauty standards are different everywhere. And
Yeah.
there's just no need to take it so hard on yourself. Okay, whatever diet you are on, just be happy in the process.
And healthy.
Correct.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
physically,
And-
mentally.
Clearly, you know, what's beautiful to someone is what they're used to. Like if you grew up there, that's what you're being taught, that's what you see, and then that's what's beautiful to you, right? It's
Yep.
not to someone else.
Yeah, I think you should find beauty on the inside, right? They always say like, oh, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it's true, right?
true.
Yeah,
Like beauty
it
is
is
what
true.
you make it out to be, and it's about what you value yourself for. Like kindness is beauty,
Yep.
love is beauty.
Yep.
You know, being loyal is also beauty. Being a good friend, a good wife, a good daughter, whatever it is. All these are things of beauty, and you need to find out within yourself and cherish and appreciate yourself for it.
Yeah. And if you're like a hot supermodel but you're a bitch. No thanks. No names in mind lah.
So for someone who has been on both ends of the spectrum, you've been like really, really skinny, and for this
Yeah.
show, you try to gain weight and be a bit more on the plus-sized side, right? What would you say to people out there who are, you know, maybe they feel large and they want to like slim down, they want to cut some weight?
I think really just take your time, you know, and find what works for you and not what works for others, you know. Like your routine, I might not be able to do it, you know, it might not be effective for me, and likewise, you know, vice versa. So find what's comfortable, but at the same time, something that challenges you. Yeah, but do it at your own time and at your own pace, you know. Yeah.
I think what Tay said about forming healthy habits is very important, and being intentional about them, right? Don't take for granted your health. Don't take for granted that, you have a certain like body type that you like right now, because anything could change. Like, especially for women, like our hormones go up and down, our
All the
estrogen
time.
is like all over. So form intentional healthy habits for the right reasons, right? Not just because, oh, I want to be half my size. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think whatever you decide on, you should still be happy. Because imagine being obsessed about losing weight and then you go on this crazy strict diet. You know, you exercise like crazy, but you don't get a social life. You don't get to go out because when people want to go out, you don't get to eat. And then you're unhappy in there for what?
Yeah, for what?
Yeah.
Right, you really only live once.
Yeah.
So that sounds like the blockbusters is all about women.
Body
and like,
positivity, you know.
I love
Yeah.
that. When is it going to air?
So it's already out on MeWatch, and it will be on Channel 8 from Monday to Fridays, 9 p.m. from 6th of November, which is tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, we can't wait for that.
Yeah.
With that, thank you so much, Tay, for joining us. How was your first ever podcast experience?
I know you girls personally, so you definitely made it a lot more comfortable. And I mean, I really enjoyed the topic today because it hits very close to me. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing all your valuable insights, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you. Please do
very
more
much.
podcasts. I watch them, yeah.
So shy suddenly. Well, be like Tay Ying, watch us, listen to us, and follow us, okay, on Instagram at itsclarity.co.
That's right. You can listen to us on MeListen, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Turn on your notifications.
We're on YouTube as well. And always remember that beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Beholder.
That's right. We'll catch you next time. You're all beautiful. We love you so much.
Yay.
Thank you. Bye.
At the end of the day, my family still loves me, my partner still loves me. So
course.
that's all that matters. You know, the
Yeah.
people that matter still love you for who you are. And I think that's way more important than having like 1,000 fans out there. I mean, I still want 1,000 fans now, but you know.
More than
Yeah,
1,000 fans.
More
you
than
have.
1,000
Yeah.
fans.